Looks and feels okay, I think.
Do we need to riff a bit more so you can get an intro? Or are you just going to use me asking if we should riff a bit more so you can get an intro to use that as the intro? Cool, we got the intro.
Nailed it in one.
Hello, geeks and geekettes, and welcome to another edition of the Geekstation podcast, where we talk movies, TV shows, games, and all things geeky. I'm Sin, and as always, I am joined by my good friends David and Martin. Say hello, David and Martin.
It's not me.
No, it's your turn.
It's what again?
Yeah. Hello, David and Martin.
Hello,
Oh,
David and Martin.
Jesus, it
Fucking,
sounds
that
like
was slack.
that was
so
awful.
slack.
That was terrible. For the 14th episode, both of you have dropped the ball.
Well, I was leaning back in my chair, so.
Valid excuse.
So I was back here, and I was like, it's
here.
Martin's turn to do it, because I can't do it from back here, because they can't hear me very well.
That's right.
So I had to lean forward, because he dropped the ball, and then he screwed it up again.
And then it began to sound like some bad school assembly where
Exactly,
you're like,
yeah.
Good morning, Sin. Good morning, listeners. or
Good
something, I don't
morning,
know.
Mr. Teacher.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway,
Mr. Teacher.
hello. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you guys doing?
Very
Us,
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're good,
you guys, not
Yeah.
the listeners.
How
It's
are the
not an
listeners
interactive
doing?
podcast.
Well,
it's
I
not
mean,
live
I want to
yet.
know how the listeners are doing. Tell me how you're
Well,
doing.
I want to know how they're doing too. So let's just pray silence and ask the listeners how they're doing.
Yeah, we're going to give you 30 seconds to type something
They're
in
going
the
to have
comments.
30 seconds of dead time.
30 seconds to come onto our Twitch stream, which is totally live right now.
It's not.
Yeah.
Don't start searching for the Geekstation Twitch live stream
I mean,
yet.
yeah,
Soon,
yeah.
but
Soon.
maybe in the
In
very
November.
near future. In November.
Yeah,
was that when we're going to do it?
Yeah, I think it's November 4th
Okay, cool.
is the date of the extra live stream.
Oh, okay. I'm down for that.
The extra live stream. Oh yes, no, of
Extra
course. Yeah,
live.
no,
Extra
we
live.
should probably talk about that at some point because we need
24-hour
to.
streaming.
Yeah, we're going to do a 24-hour. Are we going to do a 24-hour stream?
We're going to do
Yes.
a stream.
We are going to attempt a 24-hour live gaming stream, or maybe not just. We're going to record. I think me and Martin were talking about this. I don't know.
Record
if we
an
have this
episode of the podcast.
episode of the podcast
Yeah.
as well live and do all of that. I think it's going to be fun. It's all for charity. Extra Life.
Extra Life,
Extra
yeah.
Life. Yeah.
What charity is that?
It's a children's hospital charity.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing they probably they buy
Basically, the way
computer
that-
consoles and stuff for kids. wards and
No,
things. That's
it's
what I
just
wanna say they do.
donate straight to the
Oh,
to the
okay.
hospital. You choose the hospital when you sign up to Extra Life. You choose which hospital you want to
And
donate to.
have we chosen our hospital?
Yeah.
Which
Can we
is
choose one?
The local one in San Antonio.
Oh right, okay. Oh,
Can we
nice.
choose
It's
one
only
in the
it's only
UK?
American hospitals.
Oh, okay,
is,
so
yeah.
this will be the hospital that you'll be your nearest hospital to you
When I moved to
when
San
you move.
Antonio.
Okay,
yeah.
sure. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. At
Yeah.
least there's some connection.
That's
there
why I
then.
chose that one.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. So yeah, watch out for some more details, or listen out for some more details soon, because we need to start doing that. I need to start
Yeah.
making some art and stuff. Okay, cool.
Cool.
So has everyone had a good week? Have they
Had a lovely week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why was it so lovely?
Was it as
Marvellous.
splendiferous as last
It
week?
was marvelicious.
Marvelicious.
I don't like these words.
No, marvelicious.
Yeah,
That
no.
sounds like a ice cream flavour.
Yeah.
Sounds like a terrible 70s DJ.
Marvelous.
DJ
yeah,
Marvelicious.
that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like your one. Let's go with
Marvel.
yours. Good. All right. So there's some new trailers that have come out this week, which we're going to talk about. They all look pretty good. Most notably, obviously, Star Wars, which we're all quite excited about, I think. Aren't
Very
we?
excited.
Yeah. It's always nice when a new Star Wars film's coming out. And this time we haven't had to wait like 30 years,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Now we get them on.
Well, I mean, like the last one.
Really?
Well, not the last one, but you know what? You know what I mean.
Because it wasn't 30 years. It was
No.
also in like 2000 when it came out last.
Oh, okay.
Episode
No,
3.
that's true. Yeah, I suppose.
But we all know those aren't real Star Wars movies.
No, they're not.
They're
No.
prequels that are set around the politics in Star Wars.
They're just awful, awful films.
I don't know, that's
Anyway,
fine.
let's crack on with the news. I don't know whose this is. Someone added this in big bold capital letters.
Oh, yeah,
couldn't
that
even
was
be
me on
bothered to
Friday
copy and
night.
paste the.
How
the
drunk were
previous.
you on Friday
I
night
was
when
drunk and I read it and I was like, this is news.
So Frankie Muniz can't remember Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
Martin, elaborate.
So apparently he has mini strokes, medical conditions which donate to him forgetting large portions of his life,
Really?
which is incredibly sad. And he doesn't remember Malcolm in the Middle,
That's insane.
which is like,
I mean,
that's-
poor bloke.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel sorry for him.
I think it kind of explains why he hasn't been doing anything. But I think we spoke about him a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
we always talk about him.
This is the Frankie Muniz podcast.
The
weekly
first
news.
link on Google is for the Mail Online, so you can trust that
Oh,
trusted
that's
publication. Actor reveals he has no memory of his childhood after suffering a series of mini strokes and concussions. Blimey, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So, like, I don't know if he like watches it back and he's like, "Wow, this is something I have no memory of."
I wonder if that's. I wonder how weird that is. If he really can't remember it, that must be so strange to be watching yourself as an actor on something that you have no memory of filming or watching or ever being a part of.
Well, I have no memory of the finale to Speedrunners, so in my eyes,
It didn't happen.
That was
That's
just,
right. Yeah.
That was just complete like PTSD for you, though. Like, it's just such a resounding victory on my part that
I don't remember it, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, I think that the footage has been doctored because if you actually watch the video, several frames are missing from it.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Which I'm sure has nothing to do with the recording and actually has something to do with Martin.
Oh,
kind
I think just Martin.
Just
yeah.
The
He
song-
was kicking your
editing.
computer as well.
I
while
think
we were
that's what.
recording,
Yeah.
which made me win.
Well, you slapped the controllers out of hands and threw them out the window as well.
I slapped you around the face and called you a little bitch too.
That's
And you
really-
cowered in the corner.
All right,
But you don't remember it,
we
so-
don't use that word on this podcast.
Yeah.
What? Cower.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Frankie Muniz. Can't remember Mackie Miller. I think that's really strange and
So,
poor guy. I feel
shouts
sorry
out to
for
Frankie
him.
Muniz.
So let's we'll talk about the trailers in a sec. Channing Tatum's Gambit film is finally being made and released and has a release date of February 2019, Valentine's Day, February 2019.
Oh, okay.
Trying to replicate the.
Is that Fox then?
That is, yeah, I guess so, yeah, because it's the same people, as in like crew and stuff, that did Deadpool and all that sort of stuff. So
Oh, okay.
it's kind of like that type of world, I suppose, directors and writers and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is actually finally, after being in development hell for 10 years, maybe.
I think it's
at
more
least.
development suburgatory rather than.
Purgatory. What's purgatory?
Did
That's
I-
like a
I-
mixture of
Suburban
suppository
purgatory.
and
Yeah.
purgatory. That's
Yeah.
a really bad place to be in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Suburgatory.
I think I just had a stroke.
Yeah,
I think you just
you
had a
did.
mini stroke.
But yeah, no. I think this is going to be quite interesting. Are you guys excited or?
I think Gambit is cool.
Gambit's a cool
Not
guy
really been
for sure.
represented in the cinematic universe.
He was
before.
in
What? Taylor Kitsch? He was amazing.
Which one was that? X-Men.
Wolverine.
Oh.
There was that bit where he goes to New Orleans
Oh.
and then they have like the fight in the
yeah,
alleyway, don't they?
Yeah.
And
Which is really annoying because Taylor Kitsch actually looks quite a lot like Gambit.
from the original cartoon series, yeah,
like
sure,
slim and
yeah.
But
But Channing Tatum's always been the one that's wanted to do it. I think it's like it's a bit like a Ryan Reynolds situation where it's just like he just really wants to get this.
Personal
Yeah.
project or whatever.
maybe he's just a gambling addict.
Oh, maybe that is. Yeah, maybe
Maybe he
that's it.
secretly wants to be from New Orleans.
Oh, that as well. Yeah. So I think that's going to be. I think it's going to be quite good. It's coming out pretty soon though. So I mean, like as I say, it's only like 18 months away.
Exactly the same thing happened with Deadpool as well. There
So
wasn't.
that's true. Yeah. So that's it's nice that something like that's finally being released. And it will be another X-Men film that probably doesn't make any sense in the continuity of X-Men films, which we'll talk about in a sec.
Yeah,
But
that's fine. That's okay.
It's just Fox having this one kind of Marvel, because no one cares about the Fantastic Four anymore, and they've just got like this one Marvel property that actually people do care about, and it's like, let's milk this for as much as
Well, we're
going to
get another Fantastic Four movie in about 5 years.
We are, well, maybe even sooner than that, centering around their kids, because like they've given up on the
They have to use it before they every 5 years, otherwise they lose their license.
Well, exactly, yeah.
I think it's 5 years, something like that.
It's something, or they have to start production on it, which is obviously what happened with Spider-Man. So yeah. Did you guys late 90s, early 2000s watch a TV show called Roswell?
Yep.
Yeah?
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's getting
What, the alien attack? Or
I was
the TV
the
program?
actual thing. I was there.
Oh,
But I
okay.
heard about the TV show.
You were
Oh,
there
you
in
were
the
there in the
60s?
60s?
I was there. Yeah.
Okay, tell
I know
us.
you're
Did it
old
really-
as
I was
shit,
flying
but-
my fucking spacecraft and shit.
I knew it! He's an alien!
Is that why he doesn't look human?
No, that's why he doesn't look human. That's why he was there in the
Why-
60s.
He's
And he
like
looks
really
like he's 12.
bug-eyed.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Bug-eyed.
But yeah, the TV show Roswell is getting a reboot. Yeah, no. This is the
I was just laughing at how insulted he was about me calling him bug-eyed.
Bug-eyed. That's really personal.
That also explains why he has the fashion of someone in the 60s as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Acid wash jeans.
These are not.
T-shirt tucked into them without a belt.
Yeah.
That's true. Actually, that's more 80s.
You've just
I
got
think,
a real
actually, isn't it?
fucking peeve about belts, though, dude.
Yeah, I do.
You've got a real
Everyone should wear a
thing.
belt.
Everybody?
You should wear a belt.
I mean,
around
if
your
you're
neck.
wearing jeans or smart trousers, you should be wearing a belt.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose maybe.
What
What
if
do
your
you think
jeans
to
fit?
really big belt buckles? You know,
How
like
big?
you know, do you know what I mean?
Texting
Like
motherfuckers
when
who, like,
people
put their thumb
get
behind
like, you know, they get either those or Superman or Spider-Man ones or Batman ones, or I mean, what do you think to like people that
so
just wear
fucking
like
lame.
really big belt buckles?
I want to get one.
I feel like
that's
this is a
the-
test.
I'm just asking.
Do you have a massive collection of them?
He's like, do I or do I not go with this?
Yeah, he was like really looking forward to wearing them to work on Monday.
He's really
He was
looking
like,
forward
yeah,
to,
everyone's
like,
gonna love this.
He's
He's
really
like,
big on Logan.
he's heard me
belt
talking about it. He's like,
buckle.
oh, maybe David doesn't like it.
No,
And then
I just want to know what
You
think.
wear whatever you want to wear.
No, that's
If
not
you want
what
to
I'm-
wear big buckled belts
Let's say I love Marvel.
that say
No,
I love
don't-
Marvel
for
and
God's
DC
sake.
can suck
Oh,
it,
Here we go again.
or that just says
Jesus.
it's one of the ones with the LED lights that go across the thing saying "Ask me about my Marvel tattoos."
Oh Jesus! Can we go back to talking about the TV show Roswell getting a reboot?
Yeah, we can.
Oh Jesus! Oh my gosh! Oh.
I mean, you asked the question about the belt buckles.
Well, only because belts were brought up, and I was like,
That's true.
I don't know. I was trying to steer the conversation, but I was just failing miserably.
To answer
so-
your question, they're fucking lame. Leave them alone.
what Roswell or?
Oh no, Roswell's fine. Great
Oh,
time.
okay. So did you watch
Great
Roswell?
time.
Did you watch Roswell in the late 90s?
I watched
early-
it, yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
Martin, did you watch it? Do you even know what we're talking about?
I remember the show. I didn't watch
Okay,
it.
so they're getting a reboot based around immigrants, apparently, which kind of, which is what, yeah, no,
I think
that's
that needs a bit of explanation.
well. So apparently, the girl that discovers that people in her high school are actually aliens is an immigrant, and that is going to be about like being displaced and, you know, finding a way in a society that you're not sure about, and, you know, basically they're the themes.
That
But
just
at,
seems
at the end of the day, it's probably still going to be a teenage angst kind of show with aliens. But I mean, this show only came out like 15 years ago. I mean, we talk about rebooting something that's
A bit of an early reboot.
isn't it though?
Are we talking about early reboots and that 15 years is an early reboot?
Well,
We've had 3 Spider-Mans.
well, yeah, but
in
that's,
like the
yeah, but
space of
that's,
like
but
10
that's about
years.
that's about like holding on to the rights and stuff like that. I mean, but I just think I don't know if you're going to
Redoing
reboot
a
something,
TV show.
reboot something from the 80s. That was
Didn't we
necessarily-
have a discussion about this? The fact that reboots shouldn't happen and maybe people should have their own idea?
Yeah, we did a couple of weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
told you broke the news.
Look,
to
don't
you
bring it
that
up again, all right?
Flight to the Navigator's getting a reboot.
It's not. All right, I've already spoken to the
Oh, you
production-
have?
Yeah, I've spoken to them.
You've thrown your Netflix money around, and
I
it's
have.
not happening.
I spoke to them and they said,
Okay.
we're really sorry. We won't do it.
I'm actually
Sorry
making
to
sure
offend
it's
your
happened
sensibilities.
personally, so I'm going to star in it. I'm going to be
Yeah,
the lead.
but they have a rule that you can't go into the production house if you're wearing acid wash jeans and no belt. So-
Okay.
I will be wearing nothing.
Okay.
Wow. In that case, you'll be
Yeah, you-
opened with welcome
welcome
arms.
arms.
I
come
think
in.
being let in there is the least of your issues if that happens.
Okay, so yeah, Roswell. I'm not sure how I watched Roswell when I was younger, and I don't really care about the reboot. I just thought it was quite interesting that they were rebooting something that was bought out effectively that ended in the early noughties. I just thought that was a bit too early. For
I don't remember a
reboots.
hell of a lot about the program, but I remember the main dude in it. He looked like he used to be made out of plasticine.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That I concur with that.
Or like
Yeah.
heavily
I mean,
Botoxed or-
he was supposed to be an alien, so it made sense.
Maybe,
but-
yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. So Keanu Reeves has revealed the title of the third Bill and Ted film. It's going to be called Bill and Ted Face the Music, and it's going to be set so that he's going to be playing his age as he is now. He's hoping to be able to make it before he's 60. Basically he's it's going to be them as older, and they were obviously supposed to save the world, if you remember from the first film, by, you know, producing music, and rock saves the world. And it's set like they haven't created any music yet at their tender age of kind of in their early 50s or whatever.
It's going to be one of
gonna
these like films that's made like after its time and touches on the issue of getting old and not being with it.
Possibly.
It's
I'm
one of
hoping
those.
I'm hoping it will be better than that. But
Hopefully.
yeah, so it's in. I wouldn't say necessarily in pre-production, but it is. It's again, it's another film that is going to happen, another sequel.
I mean, if
rather
it's
than
got a
coming up.
name, it's definitely in pre-production.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
not,
Yeah, well, that could just be the name of the script, I suppose.
It'll be
But-
interesting to
yeah,
see.
but I mean, writing a script is also pre-production.
No, I don't know. There's plenty of films out there with scripts that aren't. Pre-production is when you start, you
Yeah.
know, getting actors and cast and crew and together, and
Yeah, but I mean, there's still a form of pre-production.
well, that's
There's people
pre-production.
working on it because it's not just him that's just made up a name of a film and it's like, this is
No,
what
but-
it's called.
But
This
this
is
could also
happening.
just be like, I've got a script and this is what we're calling it. and
It's not
that's
like
it.
he's sitting in a Starbucks in LA writing a script that he's hoping to
That's
sell.
could
Definitely
exactly
what
what
it's
it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. So, what do we think? Have you seen the two other Bill and Ted films?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saw him a long time ago, but
Yeah. I think it'd be quite cool to revisit. I think, particularly as they're older, and anything that Keanu Reeves in is pretty good as well. I quite like.
It'll be interesting to see him doing something goofy again.
Yeah, for sure.
He's been doing really serious films since the first two.
And as an older actor as well, because he's definitely an actor that gets better the older he gets.
Is
I think
a cheesy.
just more experience and
he gets better with time.
Yeah, like a good wine.
Yeah, he's like wine.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Not like cheese.
No, I mean, if you leave cheese for a long time, it goes mouldy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then
Cheese
that's where
is
all the
mould,
flavour
though.
is.
No, it's not how blue cheese works.
We're not going to start talking about cheese on our podcast. We've just lost like all our viewers or listeners.
I mean,
or viewers if you're watching on YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about some trailers.
shall
So,
we?
new Stranger Things trailer. So, Martin, you still haven't seen season 1. Have you started watching it?
Yeah, I watched the first
Good,
episode the other
okay.
day.
Because
Watch the first episode.
in
Yep.
3 weeks, we've got to talk about the season 2.
Oh,
so,
I will be there.
okay, good.
I will be there.
So, what did we think of the new Stranger Things trailer? It looks good.
It does look good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it looks like it's just bigger, better, faster, stronger than the first series, basically.
Looks really
which just
epic.
looks cool. I
can't wait for it.
No,
when I watched it at work yesterday, I was pretty buzzing for it.
Why weren't you working at work yesterday?
The people, you don't work when you're at work.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's silly me. I
Also, you
forgot.
forget that I work for Netflix. So,
Oh, right. Yeah, no, of course. So it's
so
just...
it's my job to watch stuff.
Then that's true. Yeah, of course it is. So yeah, for Martin, you haven't seen the first series. I mean, obviously, it didn't probably mean a lot to
It
you.
didn't.
But...
No, I mean, some of the stuff. I'm like, oh, that's that guy. That's that guy. But it looks pretty epic, and I can imagine I need some stuff to fill me in between that and now, which is exciting.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the first series was really good. And so this is the creators. I think we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. But the creators have kind of got an idea for a third series and possibly a fourth series. But after that, it will end. So at least there will be some kind of story arc that will have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So
I just
feel
hope they don't leave it on like a massive open cliffhanger.
I'm sure they will.
No, I mean, I hope they, because like
Oh, you
the
mean at
last
the very-
one ended, but it ended in a way that it could not come back.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
And
no,
if
yeah.
they end it that way, I'll be happy. But if they end it like before anything really,
I don't know
concludes.
because Netflix shows are weird, aren't they? Because they're almost guaranteed always to come back for another series. So there's always the option of putting that, and particularly now with the success of the first one, they're probably definitely going to make a third series. So I don't know. I hope they don't as well, because that is annoying. But particularly when you binge it in a weekend, and it's not like you've only got like 9 months until the next episode. You've got like 12 months until the next episode. So it's a bit frustrating. But yeah, no, it looks really good. And I'm loving the 80s vibe again. Obviously, being a child of the 80s is cool. It's nice seeing the kids in their Ghostbusters outfit. There was a scene where they were in the Ghostbusters outfit and they were in the Upside Down, which I think is really cool because it's like that just I don't know. Let's go ghostbusting dressed as a Ghostbuster. I think that's quite cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Yeah, cool.
Sounds good.
And you're looking forward to it as well, aren't you,
I'm
Martin?
looking
Even though
forward to it.
you haven't seen the first series.
Oh no, that's the part I'm buzzing for most.
So let's talk about the new Mutants trailer.
Mutants.
Mutants.
Is that like a cow mutant?
That's right. Yeah. So this is
Cowman,
Cowman?
yeah.
That's utterly ridiculous.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh my gosh.
Just,
To be fair, you opened the door for him to just get in with that.
Yeah, you left the barn door open.
Oh, okay.
not so much.
Let's
Not
talk
so
about the
much,
new
yeah.
Mutants trailer. This is obviously Fox still desperately hanging on to the X-Men franchise. It must really annoy them. I was thinking this when I watched the trailer, that every time they make a film or every time they do a trailer, they have to put Marvel's logo at the front of it. They must just the execs must just kind of just damn it, curse you, Marvel. No, you don't think?
Marvel are just...
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, what do we think? So, this is kind of this is not Xavier's school. This is not necessarily any mutants that we've seen before, probably from the comics, I'm sure. But
No, it had washing machine guy in it.
that famous mutant. Yeah.
Washing machine guy.
So this is it's going to be like a horror, haunted house, scary movie type thing.
Yeah, because I thought it was a
expecting
series. I didn't realize it was like a standalone movie.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is going to be like if they want this to begin part of a franchise or not. I haven't
I think it
looked
really
too
needs
much
to be
into
a
it, but
standalone thing, doesn't it?
It's got the dude from Stranger Things in it.
has it?
Yeah, you know the main guy at the end that was walking
Yeah.
up to. He plays the older brother in Stranger Things.
Oh,
I thought-
okay.
I
Yeah.
thought that was that.
And it's also got Maisie Williams in it as well.
Yeah.
Thrones lady.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks really good, and my only concern with it is it looks very jumpy and very scary, and but it
You're
might
a
just it might just end up being like a 12 or something.
Oh,
or a 12A.
right, I see. Yeah.
So it's like it's actually
maybe they're going to go like proper R-rated as well.
Well, maybe this is what I mean. I mean, they may well do. So and it looks quite. I mean, it looks quite psychological and quite scary. But I suppose it all depends on what the plot is. Because you could just in a trailer you could probably make anything.
Do we know what era it's setting?
Well, no, but I presume that it's in the current timeline of X-Men. So I mean, I'm sure there'll be some X-Men cameos. I'm sure, like
because it seemed like it was maybe 80s, just from when they were looking at the CCTV cameras and the washing machine.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe it could be the case that it's like the government, because I don't know the storyline to it. No. So I guess it seems like it could be the fact that the government is like collecting up all these mutants and they're trying to find out what powers they have, and they're injecting them with things, and it all goes wrong, and they heighten some people's powers and lower some other things, and it fucks it all up with everyone in there. Yeah. And then kind of like
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe been overrun. Which is why someone's going through it. And
well, that's it. I didn't say because I think, as I say, I reckon it's just going to be the kids are in there and they think that the house is haunted, but it's not. It's just all their powers playing up because they're teenage kids and they're so. And I think there's probably going to be a scene at the end where they get rescued by the X-Men or something similar to that, or they'll welcome to Xavier's school of gifted children.
Michael Fassbender and Patrick Stewart come down.
Yeah, Jesus. Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I think I mean it looks good, but it's all about the story, and it's also a Fox film, the Fox X-Men film. So it's either going to be really good or a bit pants.
I like the fact that they're trying to do something different.
It's either going to be Logan or Wolverine Origins.
Well, I would put both of those films in the same boat, but that's
really good. You think both of them are really good?
No, I do not think Logan is a good film.
Oh, no.
Anyway. But no, it's nice that you're right. It's nice that they're doing something different with the franchise, that it's not just kind of just mutants beating each other up. It's kind of, but this is part of Fox's plan. It's a bit like the DC films and Warner Brothers. They kind of just want to do a bit of everything in that universe. So it'd be quite
it's got the VO on it was the woman from I Am Legend as well, like I said earlier.
Yeah. That's such a really specific point out. I was like, I don't remember the voice.
I remember things like that though. So
sure.
Because when I was watching it, I was like, I recognise a voice from somewhere. And then just before the trailer ended, the first time I watched it, I was like, that's where it's from.
There we go. It took you 2 minutes to realise where it was from. Yeah. Very impressive.
Is that your mutant superpower?
That's my mutant superpower, yeah.
You can hear a voice and say that's...
That, and I can spot aliens that have got bug eyes.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone can kind of do that.
And then the final trailer that we were watching was the new Star Wars one. Obviously, trailer. This is only trailer 2, so there is a third one going to come out.
That comes out like a week or two before.
Yeah,
that'll be the final one, won't it?
Well, it will be the final one. Yeah.
Are they going to give away more of the plot?
I mean, I don't know. So this is the thing, right? So with
quite a lot of plot.
The director warned that there's got some spoilers in, and I think that there were definitely some moments where you kind of like there's a bit where you see like the Imperial base. And then there's a bit where Finn's fighting Phantasma, or New Order base, and Finn's fighting Phantasma, and the base is on fire behind them. So obviously, the base is going to get blown up. So it kind of there's a few little spoilers like that, but I think like the bits where like Kylo Ren is hovering his finger over the fire button to kill Leia, I think that's probably cut together to make it look as though it's gonna
maybe he's not even in the position to kill her.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, I think she is being, because she was originally going to be in the third one. So I saw an interview or read an interview with Mark Hamill, and he said that the first one was all about Han Solo, the second one's all about him, and then the third one was all going to be about Leia. But that all it was all about was just they were going to be like the main original cast.
Yeah.
But obviously that's changed a little bit now, because obviously they've already confirmed that Leia's not going to be in the third film, because there was talk about bringing her back, like digitally and all of that, and everyone was just like,
maybe not do that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Let's just do Hayden Christensen for the third one instead.
That's a good idea. Or they could do like a Star Wars Looper crossover.
Jesus, let's stay on topic. Yeah, let's talk about Star Wars trailer.
You always bring up Logan and Looper. So
I never bring up Logan and Looper. Why would I bring up those films? Honestly, so we like the look of it. It looks good.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah,
I like the new ATSTs.
They do look. They look cool.
Spiky legs.
Yeah, we pointed out the spiky legs, which someone pointed out on the internet is probably to prevent toe cables from
But the thing is, they're only at the bottom, but you can do it at any point on the leg, can't you? So
yeah, well, probably, yeah. But it was just quite a cool little design aesthetic.
I like that. It shows that the universe itself is progressing.
And I think it's going to definitely have Empire Strikes Back vibes. I think
that's
for
what
sure.
I want from it. I really want that sort of I want it to have that ending where it's like, this is kind of hopeless, but here's the.
So I'm sure I mentioned this before. I have a friend that works at ILM, and she's watched the entirety of the film pre kind of special effects all being completed and stuff, and she said that it's a good film. It's very different, but different in a good way, which kind of makes me think that it's going to be a really, really, really good film. Yeah. I mean, The Force Awakens was good, even though it retrod obviously a lot of the
but it was a great return to form for them, I think.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Who's the director on this new one? Because I've heard
Rian Johnson, isn't it?
Someone
I have
who's
no idea.
Brick and Looper fame.
Really?
Actually,
is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Rian Johnson.
Tap on the keyboard and find out.
I'm going to
Tapper,
look. I'm doing it. Just you guys. You guys just riff for a little bit.
Just riff.
So Looper's a good movie, right?
No. Star Wars.
Riff about Star Wars and the new trailer. That's what we're talking about.
What do you think of Logan?
Again.
Oh my god!
No, but I'm really looking forward to the new Star Wars movie though. I really want to see what's kind of going on with Kylo Ren and Daisy Ridley at the end.
Ray.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to be interesting. And you're right. Yes, Rian Johnson,
where she gets
director of Brick and Looper.
Also,
two favourite movies. So this will be your third favourite movie.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be good. It's a Star Wars film. They wouldn't have allowed him too much creative license, so it's all right.
Who was it supposed to do the third one? That was the chappie from Fantastic Four, wasn't it?
Possibly, I don't know. But either way, it's obviously Abrams now. So, but yeah, no, I think it looks really good. And obviously there's the new little creatures, the Porgs.
Yeah.
Which apparently Luke Skywalker's living with on that planet. Okay. That's where they're from. So
I don't really care for them.
No,
I'm honest. No,
we only see them like really quickly.
I know, but like you saw BB-8 in the trailer for obviously the first one.
Yeah,
first one, seventh one.
You not care for BB-8?
No, BB-8. I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool, you know.
Tight,
but it just seems like these characters were only made for commercial.
Yeah, well, probably.
Like,
it's a Star Wars film.
Yeah,
Star Wars
I get it, but it just seems like they're reaching a bit too far because BB-8 obviously was, but he was quite an integral part to the movie as well.
Yeah, sure.
So
these aren't going to be. These are just going to be like tag-on characters, but the memes are real though. I mean, there's so many memes with those on already, and there's only like one shot of them, so it's like, yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. Comes out. What was it? December the 15th, something like that. Mm-hmm. So we'll definitely be talking about it, I'm sure. And then the final bit of news in this kind of.
Might have to do it separately though.
Why? When are you moving?
Well, ideally we want to be back in America
for Christmas
by the 18th.
Oh wow! Okay.
So what? Would you say 15th? What day is that? I think
so. I have no idea.
We could arrange it like while we're recording now. To find out when it comes out and when we record and stuff.
Let's not do that, and let's talk about the next bit of news, which is kind of it will be a nice segue into our main feature today. Do you watch Fear the Walking Dead?
I do watch Fear the Walking Dead.
I'm guessing you don't watch Fear the Walking Dead.
I've only missed the last 3 or 4 episodes on the last
series. I watched the first season and the first start of the second season and kind of just gave up. But the creators have confirmed that there will be a Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead crossover this season, this series. So
this season of Fear or this season of
kind of this because obviously Fear the Walking Dead comes out in between. So I think they're going to appear. There's going to be a character. They're rumored to be a character from The Walking Dead. Is going to appear on Fear the Walking Dead first, and then maybe because obviously they're set different timelines, so they're not quite sure how it's going to work. But there's going to be a crossover, which will be quite interesting, I think. If you watch both shows, I don't watch the Fear the Walking Dead, so yeah,
I don't understand what the difference is.
Well, so the Fear the Walking Dead was originally going to be like kind of watching the zombie apocalypse happen,
and then they did a flash forward. Well, not a flash forward. Then they just jumped forward by 3 months.
Yeah,
it already happened.
Great.
Yeah, and now it's just like another Walking Dead.
That's how it was primed. It was like set up to be like the outbreak because of
the end of the first episode is like literally the outbreak has just happened. People don't really know what's going on, and then the next episode is 3 months later, and they're being defended by the National Guard, and it's like great.
Okay, we just skipped the whole part that we tuned in for.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I started. And then it just became another kind of Walking Dead episode series where I don't know. Well, we'll talk about the Walking Dead in a sec because it's one of those. It's a series that I love to hate. Basically, no, hate to love, because it's really it's okay. Well, let's talk about the main feature. Let's talk about The Walking Dead. So Martin, you haven't watched, or you have watched, or you haven't watched
spots of it.
Okay,
so he watched all the big deaths on YouTube.
That's right. Yeah. Because we'll be playing our famous game.
A video from 2015 though.
Okay.
Just
Well, we'll be playing our
touch.
favourite game, Survived, Died, or Zombified, soon. Not right now. Let's talk about The Walking Dead just in general a little bit, and then we'll. But yeah. So you haven't seen it. Obviously, you David, you have watched it. You're a fan.
Seen it. Yep.
So
I've
it comes
read
out
quite a few of the comic books as well.
Oh, you have. Yeah. So I've got. I don't know how many issues I'm into it, but I've read some of them. Probably, I think the first couple of years worth. I think.
Okay.
But it's been going on for no longer. It must be longer than that. 10 years, maybe something like that. The Walking Dead. The comic book series.
Yeah.
I mean, the show's now coming into its 8th year, so. And I think the comic was out before then, but I don't know. But it's good. Both the comic and the shows. They kind of go their own different paths, tell their own different stories with similar characters. So
yeah, they kind of like interlink a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Well, not interlink, but like the show obviously goes off on a tangent, but then keeps coming back to vital plot points and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's it. They've got the big story beats.
Yeah.
You know, the big locations and characters, but they all just do different things when they're there, basically. Yeah. So the Walking Dead, it started 7 years ago. The new series comes out in 2 weeks. Not today, this Sunday, but next Sunday, which is why we're talking about it. I'm kind of excited about the new series. What did you think to the last series?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
yeah. I enjoy all of it, really.
Yeah. See, the thing for me with the show is it's always wanting to go somewhere, or you always want it to go that little bit extra, and then it just always fails to materialize. And you can always guarantee that the 4 best episodes of the season opener, the mid-season finale, the mid-season opener, and then the season finale. Like, they're always guaranteed to be the best episodes, and everything else in between always just seems a bit...
Season 2.
Yeah, and then there's the whole season 2, but there's a reason that season 2 was so boring.
Yeah, no,
because they
that's
basically
what
were
all the lawsuits are going on about at the
yeah,
moment.
no, that's it, yeah. Where's all that money gone?
Yeah. But if you watch season 2 in its entirety in one go, it doesn't drag.
Actually, I could imagine that.
Yeah.
Because it's only like
I
12,
rewatched
13
it
episodes, isn't it?
a few months back. Like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't drag.
But that's the thing, when you tune in, week out for a series, and you just want it just to hit all those notes, and you watch a whole 45, sometimes an hour long episode, and it doesn't hit anything. The most exciting bit is they shot a deer. It's kind of like, really? I mean, like, what have I just done with the last hour of my life, you know? And then, like, sometimes you don't see characters for like a whole half a season, and they've been left on a cliffhanger, and you're just like, I just want to know I don't know, there's lots of frustration with watching the show. It's still a good show, it's just lots of frustration.
It's almost one of the number one like most popular hated show in some people, because some people really hate it because it's so slow and nothing happens.
And so many people have tuned out.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the season when you finally met Negan, and it was like, oh my gosh, we're going to find out who Negan kills, and then you don't.
Yeah. People hated that.
I get why they did that, but it was completely unnecessary. It still would have been much better to end, because obviously 2 people died then. I'm trying not to spoil it, and they could have ended it with 1 person being killed, and then opened it with the 2nd person being killed, and that would have been just as exciting.
Yeah, that could have worked.
Because then you would have gone, oh well, no, we're not going to see him kill anymore because he's already killed that person.
But at the same time, they wouldn't have had the headlines. They wouldn't have had people talking about it.
And
people wouldn't have tuned in for the amount of people wouldn't have tuned in for the
That's
the
true.
first
And
episode.
it was like their biggest season opener, I think, as well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, right. Let's get Martin involved with this Walking Dead conversation.
What's up?
Are we going to go through each individual person that's died throughout the entire series?
We are not.
Every single death.
No. So I've picked out some noticeable deaths. So I'm going to try and I'll introduce a character. You can maybe chat a little bit about them, and then Martin can decide whether they now don't look at the screen. I'm going to turn the screen slightly away.
But I can't.
He's got bug eyes, hasn't he?
Jesus,
So
that was. I apologise for the noise that was made. So yeah, that's true. Right. So
Guys.
character 1 is from season 2. Season 1 and 2, I suppose. And this is the character of Sophia, who is Carol's. So Carol's one of the main characters. She's one of the
most loved characters.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's probably my favourite.
She's had a really good story arc as well.
Probably out of all of them, she's the one that's developed the most.
Yeah.
And the show opened up, and she had her abusive husband and was it 2 kids?
No,
or
it's just a daughter.
Just her daughter, Sophia. And Sophia went missing. The beginning of season 2.
I think it was like the first episode, because it was before they got to
before they got to the farm.
Before they got to the farm,
so maybe
it was when they're on the highway and they're walking along, and then a little horde of walkers came by and they all hid under the cars, and it was she was by herself and everyone else was pretty much with someone else under the car.
Right, yeah.
She got a bit scared and then she ran off into the forest.
I remember this.
So
I remember that happening, but I don't remember what happened.
Well, did she survive? Did she die, or was she zombified?
She was zombified.
Yeah, she was.
She was. But do you know how it was revealed?
No.
How much of season 2 did you watch?
I think I caught maybe the start, because I remember them hiding under the cars, and then the mum lady, she's got like short hair, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's Carol.
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's Carol. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they spend like the whole. We should say really spoilers, by the way. If you haven't watched Walking Dead, this is spoilers for the whole 7
Well, I mean,
seasons.
Martin's in the podcast, so it's always going to be spoilers.
That's true. Yeah, and they're just going to come out of nowhere.
The plot, but I will spoil it for you.
So they spent like the whole one of the plots for season 2.
Yeah,
was
well,
that they were
pretty
trying
much
to find
Daryl's
her.
entire plot of season 2 was trying to find Sophia,
and he went all like Rambo in the jungle, like hunting zombies.
Came back with ears round his neck on a string.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah,
He did.
Almost got shot as he came back into camp because they thought he was a zombie because he was so dishevelled and and they're on this farm, Herschel's farm, and there's this barn that they're told. Are they told not to go near the barn, or
They're told to stay away from the barn.
That's it. Yeah, and then it's revealed halfway through the season. I think I can't remember.
No, I think it was towards the end because that happened. Then shit happened with other people.
Yeah.
I don't know who you've got on there, so I don't want to say too many things.
No, that's it. So they reveal that basically that the zombies, the family, the farm, have been keeping zombies in the barn because they think that they might be able to be saved. Basically,
yeah, because Glenn and Maggie were gonna meet up and do or
that's right, yeah,
or hang out for a bit.
Yeah,
and so Glenn was like, oh, he left a little note saying I'll meet you at the barn. And he went into the barn through the top because all the bottom was locked and everything. And he saw a bunch of zombies in there. And then they found out that they had actually been capturing the zombies and putting them in the barn because they thought that they were still people and they thought they could save them or that the government would come in with some kind of cure. Basically, it had like Herschel's wife in there and some family friends and stuff that they'd put in there.
Yeah, neighbours basically.
Yeah.
And
people think
fellow churchgoers because they were quite a church.
Very religious family, yeah.
And then this then led to a big argument within the group. And the group were like, no, we've got to kill them. So they go and basically break down the doors, open the doors, and they're all shooting they're all standing in a line, like shooting all these zombies. And like, the family's like, no, what are you doing? No, what are you doing? And then it cuts to slow motion. And Sophia, the zombified Sophia, just walks out slowly. And everyone's like, oh shit. And they all kind of put their guns down. They're like, what do we do?
Rick walks up.
Literally, Rick
fucking
just
blows her head off.
Walks up, gun in hand, bang. Yeah.
I can't remember if she actually died in the comic book or not.
I
don't think she died at that point.
Oh, no. I can't remember. No, I can't remember because the character of Carol is so very different in the comics. Like, I mean, completely different.
Yeah, besides... a
lot of them are. A lot of them are just names.
What's the blonde person's name again?
The blonde one.
Yeah.
Sue.
No, not Sue.
What, the blonde, as in the daughter of Herschel?
No, not Emily Kinney.
I don't know.
There's lots anyway, one of the characters in that is kind of taken... it was hated in the show, but in the comic book, she was like one of the best characters. I can't remember her. I can't remember her name off the top of my head now, though.
The one that was
the one that started banging the governor.
Yeah, I don't think she's on my list. She's not on my list actually.
Claire.
But I know who you mean.
No,
that's Karen.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one. So there's also in season 2, there was season 1 and 2, and there was a character. He was introduced. Yeah, season 1. The character is Shane. So basically, Shane is played by I can't remember his name. John Berth.
Can I just say something quickly? You're doing the whole survive, died or zombified. Probably best not to say how many seasons they're in. No.
I was saying he was introduced in season 2, but then I realised he was introduced in season 1. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about which seasons they're in.
Oh, okay. I just thought I didn't want to get we get 7 people in, and then Martin's he reveals that he was guessing it because you're saying people.
And then I'm talking about the seasons that we're this is
where
everything's happening.
All right. I probably should have listened at the beginning.
Yeah, you should have done.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Interjecting so
anyway,
rudely, David.
So Shane is also plays the Punisher in the new TV show.
Yeah.
John Berthenthal. Something like that. I don't know how to pronounce that surname. Anyway,
Benadryl.
So Benadryl, yeah. So this character, he is well, they put it nicely. He was banging Rick's wife while they all thought that Rick was dead.
Yep.
And he's a bit of an asshole, really.
Well, he seemed like such a good guy at the beginning, other than the banging of the wife bit.
That's right. Yeah.
But
well, he was bringing survivors together.
He saved everyone, got them all together.
Yeah.
Helped them all understand how to defend themselves, make sure that everyone was safe, set up perimeters. Because he was Rick's partner at the.
He's a policeman.
Yeah, he's a policeman.
Sheriff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he helped everyone at the beginning, and then at the beginning of season 2, he was getting a bit jealous the fact that Rick was alive again, and and then shit kind of goes down. Herschel really doesn't like him as well because he started teaching people how to shoot, and Herschel doesn't like guns.
Yes,
that's kind of like a small little backstory of him. Also, at the end of season, one of the episodes, everything happens to Carl, and then Shane runs off with the big dude, and then they go on a mission to the local. Not the local, but basically one of the stops that's set up by the army with all the medical supplies and everything. So him and this chap, I can't remember this guy's name, and they go off together to go and get supplies to save Carl. Was he on your list or anything?
No.
Basically, Carl got shot in the stomach when one of the guys from Herschel's farm was hunting, and he shot Carl in the stomach. So Carl's dying in Herschel's farm, and the dude that shot him was like, "Look, I'll take you to the medical supply center," and they go off together. Only Shane comes back. So that's kind of at the beginning of the episode, and then you find out that Shane actually shot the guy in the leg to get away.
While they were escaping from the zombies.
They both run out of ammo. Apart from Shane had maybe like five bullets left, and he shot the dude in the leg, and then ran off and let him get eaten, so he could get away with all the medical supplies.
A dirtbag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he survive? Did he die, or was he zombified?
He must have died.
Both.
He did a bit of both. Yeah. He died and then came back as a zombie and then was shot. Oh, okay. So he was killed by Rick. I think he was stabbed by Rick.
He was stabbed by Rick. Basically, him and Rick had a massive fight. This is on the last episode, the second before last episode of season 2. Was the last episode?
The last episode. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Rick had a massive fight. Rick stabbed him, and as Rick was walking away, turned around and saw Shane had turned into a zombie. But that was a point in time in the series where they realised that it wasn't the fact that you had to be bitten to turn into a zombie.
That was what made him realise that,
the fact that you just have to die because you're already infected. So he turned into a zombie, started walking towards Rick, and then Carl shot him in the face.
Yeah.
And Carl killed him.
Yeah.
Damn it, Carl. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did, yeah. Carl. So let's move on. So Laurie, this is Rick's wife.
Mm-hmm. Second most hated person in the show.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
I saw her because I went to Walker Stalker Con last year or the year before, and I saw a bunch of them.
Oh, nice.
Walker Stalker Con.
Definitely.
It's basically just Walking Dead convention. It was in London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the most annoying characters ever created for TV, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really need to say anything else. She's the main character of the show's wife.
Banging Rick, banging Shane, and then banging Rick again.
Yeah.
Oh. Only person to ever have cut Carl's hair.
Yeah. Survived, died, or zombified?
She is. She's dead.
She is dead.
She is dead.
Do you know how she died?
She got shot.
By...
No, she did not get shot.
She did?
No, she didn't. She died during childbirth, and then she got stabbed by Carl.
I thought Carl shot her.
No, I'm pretty sure he stabbed
his mother.
I thought he shot her.
No. Carol cuts the baby out. That's right.
And then Carl shoots her.
And then he shoots her in the face. Yeah. Okay. Killed by. Good. Basically, to prevent her from coming back as a zombie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That seems fairly.
Put him down. Put him down.
But wouldn't she come back as a zombie if she's already zombified then?
No, because you shoot them in the head.
Yeah, you shoot them in the head before they die. Yeah,
no, I'm with you.
Like how you kill zombies.
Like how the normal way to kill zombies.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of a double one. So they rescue some two younger girls called Lizzie and her sister Mika.
Oh, Lizzie and Mika.
Yeah, Lizzie and Mika. Yeah. So Lizzie is slightly older. She's probably about 12, 13, maybe 14. Mika's a lot younger. She's about 8 or 9. And they're traumatized by the loss of their parents, as most kids in the apocalypse are. And they get taken under the wing of Carol, who's going to kind of like, I'll look after you. Don't worry about it.
I'll be a mum.
Yeah. Does either one of them or both of them survive, died, or zombified?
One of them turns into a zombie, and the other one has to kill them.
Well, not quite.
No,
Not
you're
quite.
actually wrong. So, Lizzie stabs Mika to turn her into a zombie because she thinks that zombies are I don't know. She's a bit fucked up, really.
Yeah, it's just a messed up child.
She's a really messed up child. So she kills her little sister and then is proud about it and goes, "Look, I killed her. I turned her into a zombie." Yeah.
Zombie, she zombifies her.
No, and then Carol shoots her in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the brutal world that we live in The Walking Dead, where young girls stab their sisters and then get shot in the back of the head. Yeah.
Well, that seems fair.
Seems fair.
Seems fair.
What have we got here? Probably. Let's go for. Okay. Let's go for another another double. This
Double
one.
whammy.
A double whammy. So this is in the season. I don't know which season it is, but they're in this town called Alexandria.
Season 3?
No, no, because that's the prison. Season 3 and 4. So it's at least season 5.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was getting confused with
with the governors. Yeah. And they find like this little haven, which they think is all. It's got a wall and it's lovely. It's got running water and it's solar panel and it's lovely. And basically, very long story because it's an entire season. But the zombies come in, and there are these two. They're lovely. Thank you for that. That sounded like a zombie
impression.
Yeah. And there are these two brothers, and they're called Sam and Ron, and they're basically the zombies attack. And the way that Rick and the little group in the episode that they're with, they decide that they're going to get through the zombie horde by basically they cover themselves in blood and zombie stuff and things, and they start
like what they did in season 1.
Like good flashback.
Okay.
Him and Glenn walking around.
That's what I'm remembering then.
That's right. And so Sam and his brother in this episode, do they survive? Do they die, or are they zombified?
That's the frequency I'm trying to pitch it. They both died.
They both died.
Yeah.
Just died.
Just died. Yeah.
Well, one of them, Sam, unfortunately, is zombified. He, along with his mum. Basically, he freezes. He gets really, really scared. Really,
he's a bitch.
Because he's a big baby, basically. And they're like, come on, Sam, don't worry. It'll be fine. And then he's like, I'm really scared. And then the zombies start eating him. So his mum obviously is like, oh no, I've got to rescue him, even though... And it's really quite brutal, because you see like his face a zombie just takes a big old chunk out of his face. And then she's like, oh, I can still save him. Nope. And then she gets eaten too. And then his brother... That
was supposed to be Rick's new piece as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That's the way they were heading, even though he killed their dad, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he deserved it though.
Yeah. Shot him in the head, but that's another. Yeah, that was an exciting episode. That one.
That's why the kid's so messed up as well, though.
Yeah,
because his dad recently died and he's going for a zombie apocalypse. So that's why he was like, I don't want to go out, because it spent like 3 episodes of him hiding in a loft because he didn't want to go outside.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and then everything overran, and they were like, oh, okay, we need to actually leave now, because if we don't, we're going to die. So he was like, I don't want to go outside. And that's why he just like wimped out and got eaten. Yeah.
And then there's his brother Ron, who basically didn't like Rick because the aforementioned killing of his father.
His dad
was going to shoot him in the back, and then he got sliced basically by Michonne, who's one of the characters.
Samurai
sword lady. That's right. Yeah, basically killed a kid.
She's a playwright.
Is she?
Yeah. She's got a show on Broadway, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So that was there's if you ever see the way it seems to be going, if you ever see like a brother sister or a brother combo or something like that, they're probably both going to die.
I don't think Survivor is going to be one of the more used options than these, to be honest with you.
Nah. So, Carl, this is Rick's son.
Carl.
In the same
Didn't
episode...
something happen when he got sliced?
What? What happened?
When the dude got chopped in half and he was about to shoot... Oh, no, I'm thinking of something else. Don't worry.
Hold on.
So, in the same episode... Yeah, this is where I'm moving on to. In the same episode...
Oh, okay. All right. You finish your sentence before I interrupt.
Yeah, there you
we
go. Thanks.
Yeah.
As Ron was being sliced by Michonne, he did shoot his gun, and unfortunately, he shot Carl.
Carl gets shot again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
This time...
That's a shit time of it, didn't it?
This time in the face.
Oof.
Did he survive, die, or was he zombified?
He obviously survived.
Yeah, he did.
Carl.
He unfortunately survived, even though he got shot in the eye.
He's got a gammy eye now.
Yeah,
Oh.
he wears like an eye patch.
Yeah, an eye patch.
and-
That's bad.
Yeah,
So he still
but
has
it's
a cowboy hat
so
as well.
weird.
He still it's a sheriff's hat, but yeah, it's a cowboy sheriff's hat.
Cowboy hat.
He has that, yeah.
A cowboy hat and an eye patch. That's badass. I rate that look.
Yeah. Well, I can see you're wearing that look right now.
Yeah,
I can
With
see
your
out
bug
of
eyes.
both of my eyes as well. So
Yeah, even though they're bug-eyed.
Bug-eyed.
and and then there's we'll do a couple more. So then there's an episode where they all get captured by this character called Negan. Have you heard of Negan?
He's a baseball Batman.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
We're going to do this bit now?
Well, that's
We're going to do the dumpster bit?
do the dumpster bit. Oh, we could do the dumpster bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So there's a character called Glenn. Know of Glenn?
Yep.
So he was original
Show favourite.
original cast member.
OG
was in
from
it
the first season.
From the very first episode, I think he was in.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
voice was in the first episode.
Yeah,
and
that's
we saw
right.
him
His
in the
voice
second.
was in the
That's
very
right.
end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has had many brushes with zombies and deaths. There's a moment where they go raiding in a
It's like a shopping mall or something, isn't it?
we could talk about that. We could talk about that episode if you want, but that's kind of brutal, that one.
Yeah.
But no, I was going to talk about the one with the dumpster.
The chap from the kid from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who dies in probably the most brutal way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So Glenn is running away from a horde, a zombie horde.
The
which
hordes
they-
get bigger throughout the series.
and in this
as well.
episode, they're trying to direct the horde to away from the town, Alexandria. And he basically gets into an alleyway, and
Him and one other guy.
one other guy, who gets munched on as well, I think.
No, because he blows his head off, doesn't he? And then he knocks Glenn off into the pile of zombies.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so basically, Glenn gets knocked into a pile of zombies, survived, died, or zombified.
Hundreds and thousands of
He
zombies.
survived.
How would he survive that?
I don't know. You can write that in.
I can write that in.
You can write that. I know you.
He did survive, and I would like an answer to how he survived. Because
I actually guessed this when it happened
bullshit.
as well.
Obviously,
Basically,
he hadn't survived.
the chap that he was with blew his own head off and fell into Glenn. So as they were both falling, the guy was on top of Glenn as they fell. He landed. The dead guy was on top of him, and the zombies came and started eating the dead guy. So at the end of the episode, you just saw Glenn looking down, screaming, and bits being torn.
Yeah.
But obviously,
It was a bit of a cop-out, really,
yeah. So then he rolled over. Oh, he kind of like got out from underneath it and then crawled underneath a dumpster and was underneath there. While a couple of zombies tried getting at him and stuff as well, so he shot him. But yeah, that's kind of how that episode. But I think you had to wait like an episode and a half before.
You had to wait like a whole series. It was it was like 6 episodes, and then it was like, oh, Glenn's alive!
Yeah.
What a surprise! I didn't see that one coming.
But I called that when I watched the episode. I was like, that's exactly what's happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the greater question is not just that: has Glenn survived?
Is he still alive to this day?
Is he died?
Not him
or is
as
or is he
Him
zombie?
as a person.
Not Stephen Yeun.
No.
But
I think he's died.
you think he died?
Yeah.
Why do you think he died? He's had like 16 brushes of death.
How could he possibly survive a baseball bat?
Ah, he knows.
That was like when that happened. A lot of people, social media, were
Yeah.
very outraged by.
Yeah,
that.
that's actually true to the comic book as well. That's how
Yeah,
he
no,
died.
that- yeah, there's-
Episode issue 100. I had that for ages and I sold it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I bought 2 copies, and I sold one of them for like 50 quid or something stupid like that.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, Glenn dies so brutally. Probably one of the most brutal.
Yeah,
deaths.
it was quite. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
graphic. He
Yeah.
got smashed in the face, and then he stood back up, and his eye was hanging out. And,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think
But basically, we kind of pretty much come to the end of the list. I've skipped over a couple of them, but yeah, I was basically doing what we did with The Walking Dead, where actually all the characters I picked all died, or were zombified, one of the t'others. But yeah,
Carl didn't die.
What about Rick?
Yeah, Carl didn't die.
Rick, I don't know this, but I think he died.
Well, no, he didn't. No, the lead character of the show
is still alive.
Oh.
Yeah, played by Andrew Lincoln.
I thought they were going to pass it on to Carl.
No.
In the comic book,
enough,
Rick loses an arm. Negan chops it off.
No, it's not Negan.
It's not Negan.
It's the governor.
Governor chops it off. Sorry, yeah.
But also
played by David Morrissey in the show.
That's right. Yeah.
Neil's brother.
I was going to say.
But also Michonne gets tortured by the governor a lot more than she does in the TV show, and then when she escapes, she also like pops out his eye, which she does in the
she stabs him with like a broken thing.
Stabs him and also chops his arm off, and basically just brutalizes him back. And then you
because he was in the comic books and his own, because they did actual books as well.
Yeah,
he was horrendous. In those. He like used to lock people up in cages like underneath the town and just like brutalize them and be like, the only way you're going to get out of here alive, or the only way you're going to get out and stop me doing this, is either find a way to kill yourself or find a way to kill me. And he would just do it for months on end.
Yeah, he didn't. He liked torturing people.
Yeah,
and
keeping their heads in a fish tank.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, the survived, died, or zombified. It's kind of, as I say, as I said before we started recording, it's quite difficult because after 7 years of the show, and some of the deaths are notable, but some of them are just...
I'm surprised you didn't pick Jimmy.
I don't know who this Jimmy character is that you've been talking
famous
about.
Actor James Allen McCune.
Yeah, famous actor. So anyway, are you going to watch The Walking Dead at any stage, Martin?
No,
do you think
I don't think
you're not going to catch up on all these episodes?
No, not that much. I didn't really... I wasn't as hooked as I needed to be to carry on with that show.
No, that is the thing with the show, is that it's I think I'm sticking with it now because I'm committed. Yeah. After 7 years of watching it. If you're that
far into it, to drop it at that point would be
it's an investment.
No, it is, and I want to see where it goes and how it ends. You want
your investment to come good, but
basically, I know it's never going to.
It's never going.
It's like if the last series of Game of Thrones was absolutely awful and they completely dropped the ball and whatever, I'd still be watching the next series because you're committed to it.
What if they just had like literally someone on the screen just making a fart noise for like 40 minutes?
That would have been a brave decision. But that's pretty much what.
With it.
It's funny you should say that because it's pretty much what some of the episodes of Walking Dead feel like.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. People say that, but like I really enjoy watching everything. Obviously, some episodes, not a lot of stuff does happen, but it's still got some kind of building of the story or the character.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to.
I watched Sons of Anarchy as well, and I love that show. Some people said that it's not very good because the same thing, some stuff doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the time, if you watch it, if you rewatch it, you actually see that they're setting bits up. As they go through, it's like small little nuggets of information.
It's a bit like Breaking Bad. See, I say that Breaking Bad is a show that I'm never ever going to go back and rewatch because
if you only ever watch one episode, every episode once.
Yes, yeah, and it's a good show, but when you go back and think about what happened in some of the series, like literally nothing happens for like a whole series until the very end.
It probably would come good if you
I know. I've seen it like maybe 4 times, 5 times.
I
really want to watch it.
I tried rewatching it, but that's how I feel with The Walking Dead. Is I couldn't really go back and rewatch it again because just because there are just large swathes of things that happen.
But it's the same. It's like if you watch it all in one go. Like I said, season 2, maybe. I watched all of that in the space of maybe 4 days.
I could possibly go back and watch, as I say, the first episode, the mid-season, and then the finale. That would kind of, and the few odd episodes in between. Mm-hmm. But I love with the introduction of Negan. Like they could have. All the episodes that he's in are really good, but all the other episodes aren't.
He's really good though.
No, he is. So there's some new reviews for the first episode of season 8.
It's 4 hours long.
It's not. It's 47 minutes long.
Is this the new series?
This is the new series. Basically, the general consensus is that some people are saying it's really good, and some people are saying it's exactly the same as all the others. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it's out next week, so we'll be talking about it on a what you've been watching.
Well, we could have done the Herschel. He got bitten on the leg. Did he survive or die?
He had crutches for a bit.
Oh, you dickhead!
Yeah, there you go. See, he knows. Yeah. Then he had his head chopped off. and then the last ever shot you saw of him was his head just going like that.
Sin was opening and closing his mouth.
I
just
was,
to let everyone
yeah.
know then.
While making a zombie
That wasn't
noise.
clear through the
But yeah, there we go. Walking Dead, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the new series.
How did I do?
4 out of 10.
Yeah,
4 out of 10.
I wasn't.
You're
really,
not rating.
I wasn't scoring it.
answers.
You got
No,
a
I'm
couple.
just rating you as a person.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
4 out of 10.
You got a
Some
couple. You got a
redeeming
couple
points.
right. You
Wait,
didn't.
no.
2 out of
yeah.
5, yeah.
2 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That sounds
You-
a lot better than 4 out of 10.
You got a couple right.
40 out of 100.
You got most of
40
them. Most of them right. A couple wrong. But hey ho, there you go. So that's Walking Dead. So let's move on to our final famous segment of the
Martin,
show.
do the little jingle.
Bom, 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 ba, ba, da, ba, da.
Jesus Christ! I apologise
I
for your
went for more
ears,
of a,
listeners.
Oh, even I apologise for that.
This is the famous segment, what we've been watching, reading, and playing this week.
the
So,
fifth
in no particular order, Martin, what have you been doing this week?
I watched that Neo Yokio.
Oh, yes.
That came out.
I can't remember if we actually spoke about this on the podcast.
We spoke
the
out-
trailer.
Did we? We did.
Yeah.
So this is the Jaden Smith with the massive cast.
715 people in the cast.
That's probably
And
not even close, but
Richard
sure.
Ayoade and Peter Serafinovich
Yeah.
and Jude Law.
Steve.
And what's her name, the lady? Fuck.
Stephen Fry, have you mentioned him? He's in it,
Stephen Fry. Is he
apparently.
in it?
Apparently so. Who was on the cast list? So what was it? What was it good?
It was not great. It was not great. I've written down some bits here. So
Oh, okay.
give me
Oh,
a sec.
gosh. God, he's got notes.
I watched all of it in one night because there's like 6 episodes, but
How long is each episode?
7 months.
each episode is like
Stop saying numbers that
feels like
aren't
7
right.
months. It's like 20 minutes. Sorry.
They're 20 minutes long.
You can watch it in like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like Jaden Smith. You know his whole persona. He's like, I'm a really thinking man, and I've got all these contradictions in my mind. And
Who's
I'm
gender
a
fluid
rich
one
man.
day and then isn't the next.
That is
and-
totally one of the episodes. Like
Really?
they make a commentary
Okay,
on
sure.
gender fluidity.
Right, okay.
And I'm like, oh, this is
Not
so
that there's
fucking-
anything wrong with being gender fluid, you understand.
but
It's just when you're Jaden Smith, there's something wrong with it because he's weird.
Yeah, I mean it's just like so
He is
shoehorned.
he is the fucked up kid.
Yeah, he's
of
a weird
Hollywood
kid,
stars.
But
he's
we
like-
went to school with people like that, though. It's just that now that they've got like an audience that will listen if
No,
they've got a
he
Twitter
was- he
account,
was just-
and because
yeah.
he's famous.
I don't know. Yeah, well,
he's famous.
I just.
If you had tweeted every stupid thing that came into your head, and thousands of people,
that's true. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
realize,
no, true.
realize.
Yeah,
Tweet
he's
from
still
Jaden
weird.
Smith.
But yeah, there you go. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, it's like this thing. You can tell it's kind of he's had a lot of influence on it because it's like the whole show is like this critique on capitalism and like having a lot of wealth but trying to find some deeper meaning, and that all being shallow and vapid. But like a lot of the humor is based upon this stuff. Like it's just jokes about a Gucci suit. Oh, you got a Gucci suit. Q laughs or some shit like that. A lot of the humor, it's like kind of falls flat. The best sort of the funniest bit of it is like this whole gag about a giant Toblerone, as you see in the trailer.
right.
He's like, you don't deserve this giant Toblerone. He like takes it home and it's okay. And it doesn't really know if it wants to be a proper anime. It doesn't really lean into that. It doesn't lean.
I mean, it's supposed to be like a
doing
parody,
something.
isn't it?
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't even lean into that too much.
Right. Okay.
It's not funny. It's not really that exciting at the end. It's just pretty. It's a bit of a drag.
Okay.
It's
it's
poorly
like a
drawn as
balloon
well.
slowly deflating the entire
Yeah,
time you're
it's
watching
like
it.
as I say, someone's standing on screen going, and that's
supposed to be funny.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I mean, there's Jaden Smith's character is probably the best bit about it.
Okay.
Saying that, and his performance is probably the best in it. Maybe Jude Law as well, but there's really not much going on. It just feels really weird. It doesn't know what it wants to be.
Would you recommend it?
I wouldn't recommend
No.
watching
Okay.
it. No.
Okay.
The animation is shit, especially at the end. There's like an action scene in the first like 3 episodes where they really put effort into it. You can see it.
Sure.
There's all this.
So you
like,
reckon where all
really-
their money went?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the final episode, there's like this chase scene, and it's like really fucking bad. It looks like really shit 90s Saturday morning cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, fuck,
Cat dog.
why am I doing this? And it's really weird because Alexa Chung.
No.
She's like a blogger fashion lady, and she's like one of the voices in it, and it's just like, how did this exist to the point where Alexa Chung is in an anime with Jaden Smith? What
Sure.
fucking timeline are we in?
Sure.
Yeah, it's not great. Richard Ayoade, I love that guy, but he is like 75% of all the the background characters, and he doesn't do a different voice when he's
really.
Else.
That's weird.
He's still Richard Ayoade. Hello, what's going on
but
here?
Do you think that's done deliberately to?
I
probably,
don't think so.
Yeah.
It really like.
But you don't really understand why it's being
parody,
done.
like a lot of people said it's a parody, but I don't really fucking know if it is.
No, sure.
Because it doesn't come off in any grand way. It just seems like Jaden Smith's
It's like an offhand comedy, offhand parody. Because if things are parodies, they're very obviously a parody.
Yeah,
but if it's
they
not
started
sure,
making an action anime and they were like, "Oh, this is a bit shit."
It's like they made an anime and someone went, "Oh, this is like a parody of an anime," and they went, "Yeah, that's what it is."
That's exactly.
That was really loud.
I think they roomed it. You know,
the compressor that I run this week's episode through is going to be working overtime. I tell you,
put through its paces.
Jesus.
But the best thing to come out of this show is the fact that they come up with a cocktail that's based on, it's like an Italian dish or something.
Right,
spaghetti carbonara.
Yeah, it's like got mozzarella balls in it, and I'm like, that's the weirdest.
It's a cocktail with mozzarella, but it's an anime, I suppose. Hey,
well, no, this is apparently they came up with this cocktail whilst writing the anime or something.
Right,
and it's just like, oh, it's crazy and fun.
So
but
let's put it in.
It's and there's not a lot that's redeeming to the series apart from the ending where they pretty much go back to the start.
I'd say it's a pretty scathing review right there. You wouldn't say you enjoyed it.
I don't say
no. Sure.
There's like bits where like you find yourself like, oh, I'm kind of drawn in by this a little bit. But
is it like 2 hours of your life you want back?
Not that. I mean, I'm glad I know what it's like now to not watch it and to tell other people to not watch it.
Okay, sure.
But it wasn't good.
Was it a Netflix original?
Netflix original.
Yeah, sure. Now, Sam, that Netflix money, you're not spending it wisely, David.
Dude, I've got like 15 gold suits.
Well, yeah, I know. You may be spending your money correctly, but they're not spending their money correctly. So sort it out, all right? What have you been watching this week?
Netflix's Mindhunters.
Oh, is that good? Because
it is good. I started watching I've watched the first 2 episodes.
So this is set in the
70s.
70s, and it's about the FBI coining the phrase serial killer by basically having this one guy or these 2 guys.
2 guys,
who start basically having conversations with serial killers, which everybody thinks absolutely crazy, but then they're like, it's the beginning of psychological profiling and that type of thing, yeah?
Yeah.
And it is a drama. It's not a documentary.
It's a drama. Okay. It's David Fincher directed 4 episodes.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he directed the first 2, and I don't know which other 2 he's done, because I've only seen the first 2. But yeah, it's really good.
Yeah?
Really looking forward to watching the rest of it. It's 10 episodes, 40-ish minutes each.
So, yeah, sure. Classic Netflix.
Yeah, give yourself a good week and a bit to watch it all. You know, you can binge it, but it's not slow, but because, well, I mean, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so I don't know how crazy
it's not necessarily something you want to just watch back to back. You kind of.
I kind of want to, but I do that.
Sure.
I also rewatched Gone Girl as well, which is really good. Watched that at work yesterday.
I haven't seen that in ages.
I was talking about it last week.
Did I talk about it last week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I fucking love that movie, man. It's so good.
I tell you the same author, I don't think same director, but their second bestseller was Girl on a Train.
Yeah, I was going to watch that, and then I watched Gone Girl instead.
Girl on a Train is really good. It's Emily Blunt in it. It's her actually being a good actress rather than just doing something that is kind of you tell that she's a good
rather
actress,
than just killing Tom Cruise over and over.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's
but no, that's good.
Part.
But yeah, no, Gone Girl's good. That's Ben Affleck and
Neil Patrick Harris.
Really?
Yeah, is he in it?
MPH is in it. Yeah.
MPH.
Yeah.
MPH.
Have you both seen Gone Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy that gets his throat cut.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sure. I'm just trying to.
Yeah. I'm the rich dude, the one with all the money. Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, I also watched that.
I think I may have watched it before I saw How I Met Your Mother. So
you didn't look out for him.
Because I watched How I Met Your Mother really, really late. Like
after it finished.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And
have you seen all of it?
Yes, we have now, yeah.
It's been like rerunning on E4 for like...
Last episode, piece of shit, right?
I'm
sorry.
Stop shouting into the mic. You don't need to.
I'm really close.
You are, yeah.
Piece of shit, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Piece of shit, right?
It's like it's on a. You can move it if you're going to shout. But no, it was but the reason it was so shit was because apparently, so they filmed obviously that final bit back in the first series when they were filming it, and they were never expecting it to be as popular as it was. So they were like, well, this will run for 2-3 series, and then we'll end it, and it will all make sense, and it'll be wonderful, and it'll be Robin and lovely. But then obviously it kept going and going and going, and then they were like, well, now we actually have to introduce a mother, and then, well, we've already filmed this end bit, so actually we somehow have to get her out the way and then yeah, it was a bit pants because it was just so silly. That why didn't you just reshoot that bit?
Well, they couldn't because the kids looked a hell of a lot older as well.
What
they should have done,
cut that bit out. Film them from behind.
It could have just been the case that what I really wanted it to be at the end of the episode was the mother opens the door and be like, "Come on, guys, dinner's ready," and then they all go downstairs, and then you got Robin and Barney there, together, and then you got fucking Marshall and Lily and all their kids doing everything, and like it to just end like it should have ended. With them all there alive
instead of having this silly. Stupid cancer storyline.
They spent however many years it was like setting up like him meeting his mother, and then they write her out in 10 minutes.
She was only in the last series, which is fine. I get that, but and the thing that annoys me about that final series as well is every kind of episode up to that final one is all like there's some ominous. Somebody says something like, "Oh, and that was the last time that I ever did that," or that was, and you're like, "Well, she's obviously going to die." And then so from the very first, almost the first episode, you're like, this is not gonna end well, and it was. You're right. That's how you could have just done that, and that would have been
way more.
You could have ended like that with Marshall cutting a turkey with a lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. And sure, the kids grow up, but we wouldn't. It was TV. It's not like it's film, and it's not like anyone was going to really get angry about. And they could have been older, and then he could have been telling the story, and it took that long to tell the story.
I just really love the fact that
many other ways to end that
VO
show.
isn't
no, it's not him. It's
Bob Saget.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious. I also watched Manchester by the Sea.
Oh,
I haven't seen it.
Casey Affleck.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
That's a really long film.
Is it?
Yeah.
I watched it at work. I was
I was elsewhere.
Yeah, doing something else that isn't. Really, you were watching a film at work?
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazon Prime. Works at work.
Nice.
Yeah, Manchester by the Sea was really good. I really enjoyed that. Recommend it, definitely. I don't want to go into too much detail because it kind of like reveals some stuff as you go through the movie, but it's really good. And I also started watching Moonlight as well.
Oh.
The one that won the Academy Award.
Yeah. Oh, did it?
Did it win the Academy Award? Which one was the one that?
Because it was La La Land.
And then they went, no, it's Moonlight. Yeah.
Okay.
But I started watching that.
I really want to watch La La Land. I haven't seen that yet.
It's good.
No, I don't want to watch
decent.
it. I don't like sing-along movies.
No, but
it's a musical. Well, it starts out the first number. You're like, oh my fucking god, what am I in for? But the rest of the film is tastefully done.
No, because I like that because it's the goose, isn't it? So
it's the goose.
The goose.
And your favourite movie this year? Blade Runner 2049.
Well, I wouldn't say it's my favourite movie this year so
really?
far.
That's not what you said last week.
It's better. Wait, yeah, it's better than Logan. That came out this year, so yeah.
Did it?
It did. I'm sure it did. Was that this year?
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyway,
but yeah, Manchester by the Sea is really good, and Moonlight, from what I saw of it so far, is really good as well.
Sure. Well, it did win the Academy Award.
Yeah.
So
I've got maybe an hour left of it, so I'll watch that.
You're just looking
at
all the Oscar films from.
Yeah, they're all on Amazon though. So
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So not all of them. I can't, but I just started clicking through. I was like, oh, I want to see that. Oh, I'll watch that. I'm not doing anything else right now.
Yeah.
So
Manchester by the Sea, I saw that on the flight to Japan, and that was good.
It's good, right?
Really good.
Really good movie. Acting's
incredible.
Yeah,
Casey Affleck is like. I was like, oh shit, you are actually.
This is when he like at the beginning when he's at the bar, and he's like, "Do I know you? Do you guys know me? Why are you staring at me?" And then just kicks the shit out.
Fucking beats them. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really good.
I like the fact that it's set in Boston because listening to
it has to be set in Boston.
Is fucking great.
Yeah.
Boston.
So I started watching Parks and Recreation.
Oh, so good.
Or as my girlfriend called it, Rex and Parks. Because for some reason she just wants to annoy me by calling it the wrong thing. So yeah, we're only like 7 episodes in. We're watching like episode or two before we go to bed each night. But
really good show.
Apparently, it's
the first two seasons aren't as good as the rest of it because they the first 2 seasons got a character called Mark in it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not a brilliant character. We didn't think.
You're saying basically, so you just spoiled it for me by saying he leaves at some point. Thanks.
Well, no, I just said that he wasn't a good character in the first 2 series.
Yeah, you implied that he wasn't a character.
No, you're just reading into things. I just said his character in the first 2 seasons weren't very good.
Backtrack on the spoiler.
Not backtracking. Just reading into things. Cinderella.
Sure. Okay, you said in the first series they had this character called. Had implies past tense.
Reading in.
I'm not very good at English.
Yeah, okay.
Terrible.
But yeah, no, it's a good show, and apparently the character development's really good as it goes through. It kind of has to be because otherwise seven seasons or something. Something
like that. We're on like the 5th season. We're rewatching it again for the 3rd time.
Because if it's the same thing over and over again, I can see it getting quite repetitive and not funny. But if there's character development, then I can understand that it would be quite good.
Yeah, like the Leslie, the main character, the development of that,
Leslie,
and her and Ben.
With the silent K.
Ben Wyatt.
Ben Wyatt.
The only thing
Adam Scott. Adam Scott. Ben Scott.
The only thing that annoys me is it's a bit like Modern Family, is because it's set in that kind of documentary style. It just really annoys me when there's bits where you see a shot from two different angles and you don't see the camera in the other angle. It's like, it just annoys me. If you're gonna do a show like that, just commit all the way and just do it.
Yeah.
So there's a bit where they're the episode we just watched, and they're around the pit. Somebody falls in the pit, and you see it from Chris Pratt's point of view, and then from their point of view. And from Chris Pratt's point of view, you should be able to see the camera that is filming the guy falling in the pit. And it just annoys me that doesn't happen. But hey ho, I suppose it's all to do with budget and the type of show they want to make. But
I think it's minor, but I get.
If you're going to do a documentary style show, make it a documentary style show. Don't make it kind of
comedy.
Yeah, docudrama. I don't know what it is. Yeah. But anyway, so I've been watching that, and I watched Voltron season 4, which is on Netflix.
Fuck is Voltron?
So Voltron is a remake of a cartoon show from the 80s, which is about.
Sounds like it.
It's an anime, or in the style of anime anyway. It's an American animation house about these 5 lions which come together to make Voltron, who's like a big transformer type thing, and then they fight the evil Zarkon and the evil Empire in space. It's really good. It's good. It's really good sci-fi. It's a bit childish sometimes, but it's it's good.
Is it
it's really good.
80s sci-fi?
No, because it's a remake, so it's 90s.
Yeah.
The 90s. We're not in the 90s now. Jesus.
Oh no, but that's the original time
That's when it came out in the first place. Yeah. So it's like but it's really good. And but the thing is, they cut this season into 2, so they had season 3 and season 4. So like the first half that came out like 6 months ago, that was really good, but this series just felt like the back end of a series rather than a standalone season. It was really disappointing. But I didn't even know it was coming out, and it just appeared on Friday or something, so I was like, oh, I'll watch this, and I just ended up binging the whole thing yesterday. But yeah, no, it was really good. But you won't like it because you don't like animation.
I don't like cartoons.
Enjoy it though, Martin.
I don't like drawings.
No,
I like drawings.
The drawings are moving. No. Anyway,
I just can't relate to the characters.
No, I
just can't get involved in them even.
Yeah,
that's
just
me.
each their own.
I mean, physically you can't get involved with them,
but you would know because you've tried many times.
Oh, Jesus.
Because you're a weebo.
Anyway, so that's the meandering end of the podcast for this week. Thank you very much. Next week and the week after, David's not with us.
Yep, I'm going to die.
You're leaving us.
I'm not dying. I'm going away.
So the next time you'll be back, we'll be talking Stranger Things.
Which will
be that's in a couple of weeks. But next week it's just me and Martin. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Sin.
And we're going to be talking about the best, worst, and what we would like to see.
There is no best.
No, there isn't. No, but we'll talk about that next week. Game to film adaptations.
Yes.
What do you mean? There's no best? Prince of Persia.
I mean, there is bet. You think?
Jesus.
It's one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah. Well, look.
Jake Gyllenhaal's accent, spot on.
If you were here next week, you could input. But as you're not here...
I got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, Jesus.
Anyone want to buy any Blu-rays, DVDs?
No one wants to buy your Blu-rays. But yes.
On Facebook, mate.
Can I do a plug for next week's show, please?
All right. Geez.
Thank you. Anyway, next week we're talking about, as I say, the best, worst game movies, and also the ones that we would like to see turned into movies.
Yeah, I think that's the...
There's a couple that I've got which I think will be really good. Because we'll talk about it next week. Anyway, and David's not with us for 2 weeks, and then the weekend of the 20... Well, for us, it'll be when the podcast is released, Monday the 30th. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing an episode. It's my birthday that weekend, and you're not here, and I'll probably be quite hungover and or probably still drunk, so I'm not sure if we'll be doing an episode that week.
Drunk podcast.
But find out, maybe, but find out next week. And then, obviously, that same weekend that you are back, we'll also be doing the stream again. So we need to, because that's that weekend.
The 4th.
The 4th, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'll need to start doing some plugging for that and some thinking about... Are we going for 24-hour stream?
Yes.
Or a stream until we drop, which may not be in 24 hours?
We can do 24 hours. It's not that hard, guys.
I
did it for
it's a hell of a lot harder than
6 days once.
6 days? You streamed for 6 days?
Yeah.
Wow. Was it just you streaming?
No. There was like I wasn't in it a massive amount because I had to work. So I was only in it for a few hours.
So it wasn't like 6 days non-stop?
But it was in my flat.
Right, oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, so I had people just coming in and out of my flat the whole time. Right. Basically, it was we're ready for, not the latest Zelda game, but the one that...
Skyward Sword? 2012?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah. We played all the Zelda games
all the way
through.
Let's do
on
that
the
again.
original consoles.
Yeah.
No, that's not
all the way through.
That's not.
Anyway, so we'll be doing a stream anyway for charity. Watch out for that. Don't forget to check out the other podcast. It's also on the channel, which is the Star Trek Discovery podcast. David joined us last week. You're joining us again tomorrow.
I am.
Excellent. And then hopefully Ash will be back, where we break down the episode of the new Star Trek series Discovery, and just geek out about it. Although there was less Star Trek geeking out last week, because obviously you're not a huge fan of Star Trek. So I mean, no, sorry, you're not a Trekkie.
I'm not a Klingon.
No, that's it. You're definitely not a Klingon. No, a Trek head. Yeah, that's what my girlfriend called them the other day. She was like, Trek head. I was like, no, babes, that's not the term. Let me educate you. And then she walked away.
He started talking about the Force.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this on iTunes, it would be awesome if you could give us a like and leave a review. Martin has promised to sing any review that is released. So
this is not just at the beginning, but forever. So whenever we get any review, no matter how many years we do this for, he will sing each and every one of them.
We'll have to go into a separate video.
You heard it here first. If you're watching this or listening to this, or doing both, if you've just been staring at a title screen for the last hour and 20 minutes on YouTube,
good luck.
Thank you so much. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, let us know what you think. Oh, shout out to Nads IQ.
Shouts out
for giving us a dislike on last week's episode, and your
feedback has been accepted, and we will get.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Will be putting timestamps.
Yeah, I'll be time coding the thumbnail or something. Anyway, I don't know. I'll be doing something. And don't forget to check out some other videos that are on the channel as well. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/The Geekstation. And you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Cincinnati. Let us know what you think or what you'd like to talk about. David and Martin, where can they find you?
You can find Martin at Marto TGS.
That's
on
Marto TGS.
Marto,
because he's got a thing for feet.
Yes, toe.
Oh, is that why? Is that what it is? Is that the reason why?
Oh yeah.
I was wondering. Yeah.
And you can find David at a real Donald Trump on Twitter.com.
Or alternatively at David TGS.
David TGS. I mean, his Twitter is a bit more moderated than the aforementioned Twitter, but
brilliant.
I mean, have a look.
Excellent. Thank you very much for tuning in. I suppose the only thing to say is goodbye from me.
Goodbye from Sin.
Goodbye from Sin.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Ta-ra. Cheerio. Toot pip.
Cinderella says bye.
Cinderella says bye.